Hey there. Okay, I just wanted to give you an update on my beer tastings with PT or Yartp's beers. I did a couple tastings of his English Bitter, and the first tasting, I guess I was thrown a little off on it, so I came back later and tried it, and I realized what the flavor was that kind of threw me off. I think it was the Willamette hops. Now Willamette hops kind of give an earthy taste to it, and that just kind of, I guess I just wasn't expecting that. So anyway, here's my initial review on PT's Cooper's English Bitter. Okay, today I'm going to do a taste test of Yartp's, one of Yartp's brews. I'll do the other two later. I'm going to pick the oldest one first. This is the Cooper's English Bitter. It was bottled on 7/4/2010. So, in a pretty cool Australia imported black wattle superior from Barron's. It's called Barron's Wattle Seed. If you want to see that label that he's got on that one. So anybody interested in that, it's a brewery in Woollahra, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Anyway, cool. Let's give this beer a shot. Looks like I'll repeat again what he's got on this in this beer. It's the Cooper's English Bitter. Breeze sparkling amber liquid malt extract. I'm not sure how much he used, and he dry hopped with Willamette. Sorry about it. He said he can hardly tell. I'm not sure how much Willamette he used. He fermented with White Labs English ale yeast at 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and he primed the beer on the soft side. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's see, here we go. It's the Cooper's English Bitter. It's carved on the soft side. Oh, looks good. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see. It looks pretty clear. Yeah, you can see right through it. So, not a lot of head on that, but it smells. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Not a lot of bouquet on the Willamettes. Smells okay. So now for the taste. Okay, I think thanks again Yartp for sending me these beers. It's kind of fun to see how people can play with the Cooper's kits and the products they can produce, or the final beers they can produce. Yeah, you're right. Not a lot of aroma on that Willamette you added. I'm not sure how much you did. It might be because it's kind of old too. It was bottled on July 4th. 2 months in the bottle, so but here's to Yartp and or PT. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. It's good. It's drinkable. Mine tastes a little different, but it's good. The bitterness is it's about right for the style. It's kind of different than the English bitter that I made. I'm not sure what it is. But it's good. I mean, it's drinkable beer. It's just not what I expected with the Coopers English Bitter. Anyway, and so after you watch that review, then now you can watch this review. A little bit different. I think the beer started opening up. I kind of knew what I was looking forward to, and actually I really enjoyed the beer. Both of them were very drinkable. I mean, seriously, it's a good beer. It's just sometimes, you know, when you're tasting beers are made, you know, or you're just thrown off. I just wasn't expecting it. At any rate, here's my second review, and in that review also I revealed a beer that the ingredients for the beer that I recently made about 2 weeks ago. I made an Imperial IPA using some Coopers beer products. So here it is. Give this a shot here. And, oh, yeah. Actually, I did my little trick with the putting it in the refrigerator, and I think it actually, I've already tasted this, and it seems like it had a little more snap, that appeal, that opening. So let's give this a pour. Actually, this is a much better pour. I did my trick. I told PT what I did with beers, I think I did at least, and this poured a lot nicer after. What I did was I acclimated the beer, and then I pulled it out and then got it back at room temperature. And then I put it back in the fridge to serving temperature. So, and it really made quite a difference with the carbonation levels. So let me give this a sniff. And when the it's much better. When the carbonation level obviously is better, it gives you a little bit more aroma. Now he says you can hardly tell, and I agree with him. It's not a lot of bouquet. I mean, I'm not sure how much he used in this, but it is much better than the beer I tasted about 5 days ago in terms of bouquet. I do smell some in there. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad. So let's give this a taste test, or just a taste. I'm not, you know. Let's see how we are here. Again, you know, I think it doesn't smell bad at all. Once you get that carbonation, it really helps with the aroma. So let's you know, it's pretty good. It's a high, you know, it's a drinkable beer. There is a little bit of a taste in there. I'm not sure what it is. I guess he was associating it with the Pride of Ringwood. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's a smooth beer. It's a good drinking beer. Let's see if we can get a little picture of the color. Let's see. Here we are. I don't know. Yeah, that might be okay. It's pretty clear. And again, it's still holding the head. This is much better than the first one I opened. I think that trick works. So, and I'm serving it probably about 55 degrees. And that bouquet is nice. There's just, it's smooth beer. There's some flavor in it, and I think he was saying it's the Pride of Ringwood, but that is not a Pride of Ringwood flavor to me at all. And I don't think that the bitterness association would really give a pronounced flavor to it anyway. I mean, obviously bitterness, but an actual taste to it. It's good though. I mean, this is a really good beer. So anyway, yeah. Cheers. Thanks, PT. So let me give you a little update on what I'm going to be doing. My next beer, since everybody's so crazy on Imperial IPAs, I myself am not, but I just wanted to see if I can make a beer, an Imperial IPA with the Coopers beer kits. So here's my plan of attack. I'm going to use one Coopers IPA, which is, you know, of course, along the English style of IPA, not the American IPA, let alone the Imperial IPA. And I'm going to use
1 Cooper's Draft. Okay. Now, the IBUs is with these 2 beer kits together, stretched out to 23 liters, will produce about 83 IPUs, which is really high for a beer, especially so that's about in the range of the Imperial IPA. And I'm going to steep some specialty malts. This is crystal malt, about a ½ pound of only 10 Lalabon. I'm not even sure I really need to do this, but I thought it might add some mouthfeel to it. And then I'm also going to use 6 ounces of Centennial hops. I have 3 of these little pouches here. And I also intend on adding about 500 grams of dry malt extract to this beer. So, and what I'm going to use in terms of yeast is the kit yeast. This IPA kit right here. It has an English ale briefly here. So, at any rate, thanks PT. I appreciate the beer. And it's really stepped up. I think that the trick is acclimating the beer. I get a lot of questions on that from time to time. People saying, hey, where's my carbonation? You know, I love the beers. I find bringing your beers into the fridge, because there's a layer of CO2 gas sometimes in there or whatever. It absorbs into the beer, okay? Then bring it out, okay? Similar to what you're doing with the kegging process, okay? But, so, now you've seen those, I'll give you an update on the other 2 beers. Well, 3 days ago, I recently just made a European lager using using light dry malt exclusively. Two of these boxes. And now, what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to make another beer with it, Coopers English Bitter. I'm going to make this beer called the, well, it's sort of an attempt to clone a Fuller's ESB style, which is a classic English extra special bitter. So, and you'll be able to see the recipe here. And that recipe is 1 Cooper's English Bitter beer kit, about 1 kilo of light dry malt, or about a little more than 2 pounds, and just a little bit of dextrose just to throw in. So, and you try and ferment at 21 degrees, or around the 70-degree mark. I'm going to bring it down a little bit, so in temperature-wise. Anyway, so you can see that recipe right here. And now, what I'm going to do is sample, just taste a local beer here at Wallace from Oregon. It's a limited edition. I'll bring it right out. Okay, so here's the beer. It is the Full Sail LTD series, and description says, well, looky here, a crisp new Pilsner style, limited edition lager, all ready to rock your taste buds, little world. Recipe number 03. It says alcohol by volume is 5.6%. And that's about it for the description. Pilsner beers are fairly simple. So here you go in ingredients. It's all in the fermentation. So here we go. Let me crack this guy. This is the best Pilsner glass I have. Here we are. Ooh, look at that smoke. Nice. Pours real nice, real clear. Nice carbonation, as you can see. Yep, classic Pilsner. Very tasty. Goes good with almost anything. I love this style. Cheers. Most refreshing beer. Very good. Very good. Cheers.